1 week has gone now, and we think we got the most of these checkpoints in our mailbox, so we are checking them. So you will get one mail from us later on. We're gonna have a look this afternoon about one way to make a solution of this checkpoint. So we will go through together and see how it's possible to solve this checkpoint. Today we're going to start with classes and objects. Could you please check if it's possible for you to start and use the link that is in the Teams for today? We had someone had problems starting it. You see week 44, and we have one link here. So could you please try it and see if it's working? Okay, we have one saying it's working. Anyone else is working for you also, the rest of you? Yeah, okay.
Week 44?
Week 44, yes. Day number 6.
Sorry, which link was it?
It's inside the planning in Teams. And
No, which link you're now showing?
The first one. Today, okay. There's only one link.
The Pluralsight.
Pluralsight link, yes.
I have been registered there.
So it's working for you also?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah,
perfect.
It's working.
Okay, then we know that it's nothing wrong with the page. We're going to start with one example showing you what class and objects are, because this is something we're going to have for the rest of the course. So as we are doing object-oriented programming, so objects and classes are part of it all the time. So can you write product 1? Alla, I'm not sure about your question.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you write product 1 for last week?
Okay. Yes. Okay. You're thinking about checkpoint from last week.
Yeah.
We're gonna go through it in the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
So we are starting with new things today.
No, it's good. Thanks.
So if you have any separate questions, we can take it afterwards.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So I gonna create one new project in the Visual Studio. So I will start a new Visual Studio. That's what I'm waiting for.
Just a question. Why do we have to create new projects all the time?
You don't have to do it. You could just watch. You don't need to write any code at all if you want.
Yeah, because when I was doing this one, and due to the description on how to submit, so then my project was in sub-project folder. So I only picked the files that only belong to that project, excluding the .sln.
Yeah.
From the main project.
Yeah.
So I hope that works without that one.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter how you do it. So we are creating new projects each time, so we can add them to the Teams later on, so we can have the code in the files section.
All right.
So every time we do something new, I create a new project. So making it easier for me and easier for you to have a look on it afterwards.
Thank you.
So I'm going to create a new project. And because you already created one, you don't need to search for the console again. So you can find it on the right-hand side with your latest templates you have been using. So I can find console application here. I have a lot of other templates I've been using also, so I have a list of things. So I'm just choosing the console application and go for next. And I'm going to do some naming that we could have use of. I just going to name it class and today's date, just to have something to add to the files section later on, so I keep track of this. Already November, yeah. And here's nothing to choose, just be sure you have the right framework. I did see some of you had an old framework in your checkpoint that you were sending in. So try to have the latest version. So just a reminder. So now I will get one empty solution and our project, or actually not empty, we have one code line inside here. So now we're going to do, should we use classes and objects? So it's making it easier to program, so you can use code, same code in many places without rewriting it all the time. So you will see what I talk about. So how to create one new class. You could create it like a new file, but we're going to do it inside this program we have here. So I could go down here and write just class. And I could have a name for it. I'm going to use cars. So I'm going to create one class called class, or called car, sorry. This is the start of writing a class. And do we have something on the chat already? Can you maximize your screen? I think it's pretty much maximized. This is the biggest I have been running in these courses. If it's getting too big, it's not possible for me to see. I just see big letters. Is it okay for you? We could try to do it even bigger, but it's making it this difficult to. It's getting too big for me.
Way too big for me as well. I can't really.
Yeah, it's getting
in my face.
Yes. I'm sorry. Something like this, then is it okay? Nice to have something so you see the other code also. So make sure, Aranya, that you have maximized your screen, so you are showing just the project, so you don't have a lot of other things on the screen. So you could, in the Teams window, you can maximize the size. Okay, it's okay. So this is a class. This is an empty class. And this, I will add some properties to this one. And you will see what properties are like. So you could write it like this. I'm gonna write public string, and string is the type, and we've been using string last week. I'm going to create a property named brand. So I'm thinking like a car has a brand. And the way I'm typing it, there are other ways to type it. This is like called auto property for classes. Write like get set. This is a property. And I'm going to create another property also. I have brand, and maybe I want to have a model on a car. I just do a copy here and change the property name. Now I have two properties that I could use, and I'm interested in for a car, for example. You could add as many properties as you want to. I'm going to write it here so you see properties. So these properties I can use in my code by creating. Yeah, Hadi, yes, it's recommended to have everything in own classes and own files. But we're going to make it a little bit easy here so you could see everything in the same. We're going to move it later on to separate files. So we make it as simple as this is not forbidden, so you can have as many classes in a file as you want to. So there is no rule for that. So this is actually allowed. So what can I do with these then? So I go back to my section in the main here. It says hello world. I could just my cars, for example, something that we could put out on the screen. So if I want to use this car class somehow in my code, I could write it like this. I say I'm using the car, and then I give a variable name. It's an object. I'm going to call it car1, for example. To a new car. So this is the way you could use an object out of a car class. So this will make like a copy of something. So you create an object out of a class. So now when I use this, if I go for this car object here, you will see that I have brand and I have model inside here. So I could tell like the car1 brand is equals to Volvo, for example. And I could tell that car1's model would be 244 GLT. So we're working with old cars, so this is not the latest. So now I actually created an object, a car object, out of the car class. So this I could use in my code. So I could, if I want to print this out on the screen, I could do a console write line with this, like doing, for example, you remember we had the shortcut or this snippet. So I just write CV and double click on tab, and I get console write line. I'm not going to do it. Now I can access my object inside here, and I could use the brand and add 2 spaces between the brand and the model, and use the other property from the and typing out the model. So this would be like, I'm going to add one control read line in the end also to stop my application from ending when I run this. So I'm going to do this. I have this code snippet for console read line. You don't have it by default. It's possible to add your own snippets also later on. So if you run this part now, so we are typing out one console write line with my cars, and we are creating an car object out of the car class, and we are setting some values with the help of the properties of the object. And then we are printing out this information. So we can try to run this. They don't use swearing words in the chat. So this will look like this. So I have my cars and I have one Volvo here. So this is an easy way of using a class and an object. So you think, well, is this worth like this? But if you continue with this, you could create another class from the same another object from the same class. So you could do it again like this. And I make an object named car2. We'll be using the car class as a copy, for example. Let's do a new car. And now we could access this with the car2 and do in the brand. This time it could be a Saab. And when you do a model here, so we could write it out in the same way by having the car2 object instead. We are using the car class as a base for this. So now we have two objects from the same car. So this is the way you use classes and objects. So this we could just try it to see it's actually working. And you will see that we have now two cars here. From the same class car they are created, but they're two different objects. So this is an easy way for the class. This has something called a default constructor. So now I think a constructor, what is that? So this is for constructing an object out of a class. So we are using in this line, we are using the default constructor. You don't see anything in the class about it, but it's in the background. So you could create your own constructors. So for the car, for example, you could say that we could create one constructor here inside the class. I'm going to do a public car, and this will take some input parameters. So this will take a string, and I'm going to call it brand. Take a string called model. This is a part of the constructor, so this is like a method of doing things. So inside here, I could tell what each property has for value. So I could tell that this brand, for example, is equals with parameter brand that is coming in. And I could do the same with the model. We'll see how to use it also. So like that. So this is a constructor. So this is constructing something. And it's constructing a car out of some inputs it's getting. And because we have the properties, brand and model, we are setting them with the constructor. So how to use it then? You will see now that we go up to our code, we get some red errors here. That's saying that there is no argument given for creating a new car with this way we have been using. And this is because we were using the default constructor that was not visible in the code. But as soon as I create a new constructor inside the class, the default constructor is not valid anymore. So you will see that these are red now. This code will not run. So you will see in the error list down here also that we have 2 errors. And this application is not possible to run now. So we have to fix it somehow. So you will see if I comment this code away again that I have here. You will see that the errors are disappeared now. So now it's possible to run this code again. But we're going to fix this. We're going to fix this. So by creating this constructor, I'm using the Control K plus C for adding comments and Control K plus U to remove the comments. You will find it from the menu also how to use it. Tommy is asking, do you always leave the default constructor? No, it's depending on what you are doing. So the constructor is made to lead the one that is using it to the right way. So maybe you are forcing it, telling that you must use it like this way. So by creating an object of the class, maybe you need some of these properties to be set from default. So a default constructor, that was not visible. It's actually looking like this. So this is a default constructor. So now you will see that we have no errors in the list anymore, and nothing is red here. So this part that was available by default disappeared as soon as I made my own constructor. But I could add the default back again by using this code also. So now I had 2 constructors. So you could have as many constructors as you want. So now when I create a new car, I have 2 possibilities. So I could write the code like I made here, creating a new object out of this class and adding the properties afterwards. But now when I have the new constructor, if you go for the creating a new object out of the car, we're going to name it car 3. I'm telling that this is the new car. You will see now that when I type this parenthesis, it will see that you get one of two. So you have two possibilities when creating the car. The first one is just with the parentheses, and this is the default constructor. And the other one is requiring two input parameters to create the car object. So we're going to use this one now. So I could do it like adding another Volvo here. This is the first part of the input, and then the model. So I could do like adding a new model here. So now I'm using the other constructor from the class. So I could type it out also. By using car number 3 instead here. So we could try this also, see that it's working. Public is for indicating it's available outside the class. So we're not gonna go any deeper with this now. So we're gonna advance it all as the time is coming. So we're gonna run this to see it's working also. And you will see that we have this the third Volvo also here. So you could actually have as many constructors as you want inside the class. You could even have like, this is maybe stupid, but you could have a just having one input, maybe just the brand. So this will require the brand. So this, oh, sorry, I was typing it wrong. This should be, this is not the same, you see. Brand and brand is not the same. So this is the property, and this is the input parameter. So I could create a car by this also. So going back to the code again, a new one, car 4 equals to new car. And you will see this time when I type this, I have 3 options to choose from. The default one with empty, the second one is just requiring the brand, and the third one is requiring the brand and the model. So this, if I create this one, it could be another Saab here. And if I type this out like this, I think the model will be inside here when I print it out. We could try it. So you will see it's just typing out Saab here. So because we don't have any, we didn't set the property for the model. But we could actually do it like the first ones. We could access the car for object, and we could set the model here also. So there are a lot of possibilities. So now we have car 4 also with all the properties set. I don't think we're gonna add this that much anymore. This is just starting up with this as basic as possible, how you could use a car class and create car objects out of it. We're gonna do this afternoon. We're gonna do this One solution for this checkpoint we made last week. It's just a way to solve it. It's not maybe the best way, or you should remember that there are so many ways to solve this checkpoint number 1 that we had. So we're going to do one way just to show how it's possible to solve it. Do you have any questions on classes and objects? So this is just the basics, so we will get more advanced later on. So
Hello.
hello.
Why write the object in the first class, not in the next the class car?
I'm not pretty sure about the question. Could you rephrase it somehow?
Why write the objects in the first class static void mean or the mean class?
Okay, this is because I'm using the car class inside my code. So this is where I could write my code. What is like you've been doing with the checkpoint number 1. You have things happening here. You're showing a menu or whatever. So this is a separated. The car class is separated from that. So this could actually be in its own files. So this is why I don't have it here. It's possible to have. Yeah, I'm not going to make it confuse you, but there are so many other ways to write it. So I'm not sure if if it answered your question, but we are using the car class in here, so we could create objects out of it. So we are reusing this car class for all of the car objects we have. How do we make sure that multiple constructors not mixing up? This is just showing how it's possible. You should normally you are deciding how it should be used. So most likely it would be like maybe you have just this constructor. So forcing when using the class, you are forcing to use that it needs requires a brand and a model. I get a question, can you give an example of a multiple class definition? You could add like how many classes you want. So you could have another class down here. So I'm not sure if that was the question. I could tell motorcycle or cycle. And this could also have properties. I could use the same property names. So now I have 2 classes. So now I could go up here and create one motorcycle also. So motorcycle MC1, for example, equals to new motorcycle. We don't have added any constructors here, so we get the default constructor. So we could add property values. Brand equals to Suzuki, maybe. So it's just adding different class to that's it. Yes, we're gonna make it much more advanced later on. So we're gonna have classes in classes and inheritance and polymorphism and overriding. So it will get much more advanced, but we're gonna keep it a little bit simple from the beginning, so everyone has a chance to follow. So you could have as many classes as you want to.
Yeah, Mats, it's actually when I try to read those plural side, so I didn't understand
Yeah.
those actually. That's why.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you have to remember that the plural sites are covering so much. They start pretty basic, but they are advanced. So as I told you the first week, so it's not necessary to understand everything that you have in the plural sites from the beginning. So you will
Okay.
just have a look on them, and if you don't understand, you will realize maybe that I will understand this later on. So that's the
Yeah, good to
yeah,
know that.
Yeah.
Good
So
to know that. Thank you.
So you are not required to know the Pluralsight videos, and we have no tests on that. We're just doing tests on the things we have been going through together. So these Pluralsight things are covering much because we have a spread in the group also with the knowledge on e-programming. So for some of you, maybe just the parts of the Pluralsight videos are good, and for the other ones, maybe you could understand everything. So that's okay. So you remember that these videos we have for this week, we have a new video like every day, but you could watch them whenever you want. So, and if it's too difficult and you don't understand it, try the next one. So this is just like mixing and showing different approaches from the programming. So when you have seen something, maybe you don't understand, but the next time, now I see what they were meaning. So
Yeah. Okay.
hopefully you will get something out of this.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
So this was the other one. Now we're gonna make it also with the models. So I have two classes and use them also. Something like that. And this could be printed also. Now it's not, it says my cars in the top, but you know what I mean. So now I'm using the MC1 object instead. So let's see what I missed in the section here. But Tommy was writing, but you are also using from main. Yeah, so I do you could say that I work in the main. So this is my way. I create my output to the screen and so on, but I'm creating out from the car class and the motorcycle class. I'm creating objects to use inside this main. Rashid says, I think when you create a class, this means you're creating an object of that type, which is a template, and then bring it into the main method. Yeah. So yeah, it's like a copy of the car class. So this should make it easier to use and not having that much code for. I think it will be more obviously when we are getting to this later on. You really see when you do changes like in the class, you will see what's happening, the effect where you are using the class objects also. So this is just to try to separate things and having them in own classes, so they are own in one place. So you should every time you use something with a car, you should reuse this class. Do we have any more questions? Did I miss anything in the chat? So we will be using classes and objects all the time now from now on. So you will see the use of it. We're going to add the list also, like instead of array, we're going to use a list. That is a little bit easier to use than an array. And we're going to add like these objects, like in this case, the car objects, to lists and so on. So you will see more and more use of it. Looking like this, maybe you're thinking, is it worth using classes? But this is just the basic, showing you how it's working. And hopefully it will be clearer later on. Do you have any more questions? Classes, how these writing classes are mostly to separate the data and the codes. Yeah, you could tell that. Do we have anything more? So to today's link and the rest of the week's links, you could use them in that what order you want to, but we're gonna, like this, the first one is covering more of the link for today is covering more of object things and class things. But you will have it in every video where there will be some parts of this. So we're going to continue, check your checkpoint that you have been sending to us, and we will return with a mail for you. So have a look in the inbox. So just continue over the material and the links we have, and we see you at 1 o'clock.
Yes, thank you, Mats.